Well, in this video, Atheist Reads Bible Verses. I'm going to give you the verses that are responsible for almost all the freaking problems in the Middle East and, some other things. But before I start, please feel free to check the description. You can check out my website. Feel free to like, subscribe, watch many of my other videos. Feel free to leave a comment. I don't read the comments, but you can leave a comment. Also, feel free, what should I say? Yeah, okay. Now I remember. I'm sorry about that. I got these verses from Aaron's Raw book, Foundation of Falsehood, It's of Creationism. Check out that book, because I've been wanting to do this type of video, but I had no idea where to find these verses. No matter how many times you read the Bible, it's hard to find every single one of these verses. But here we start. First we're going to start Genesis 12, 1 through 3. And of course you can go to KingJamesBibleOnline.org. You can read these verses. Also you can go to GotQuestions.org or Bible Query. They'll try to explain everything away. It's pretty funny listening to them. But as I said, Genesis chapter 12, 1 through 3. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. You get it now? You're kind of getting a little glimpse to it, I'm sure. Now, of course, Christians will tell you that Abraham was a Christian. Muslims tell you he was a Muslim. And Jews tell you he's a Jew. Of course, they all can't be right, but they sure in the hell all can be wrong. And I can pretty much assure you they're all wrong. The funny as hell, though, they all think this land belongs to them. Israel believes it belongs to them, and of course, if you go through this New Testament, it is who they got it from. But God is the one that gave it to. This so-called God gave it to Israel. Of course He did. It's their God that they made up. But anyways, Genesis chapter 13, verses 14, 15. Here we go. And apologize for the poor quality. That's why I gave you where you can find it on KingJamesBible.org, and why I'm actually telling you where you can find it. And I'll say again, Genesis chapter 13, verses 14, 15. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward and southward and eastward and westward, for all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, which of course hasn't happened, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Now, are there that many Jews? Are there even that many people? Of course, they'll tell you in this case, it's figurative. Of course, how they determine figurative versus non-figurative, I have no clue. Go to the Bible Skeptic and watch his video, Bible Inerrancy. I believe it's what it's called. But you watch all of his videos. It's pretty good. But as you can see, they use this. And there's another verse, though. It tells you exactly how large Israel is supposed to be. The Muslims are claiming Jerusalem, and the Israelis are claiming Jerusalem, and it can't belong to both, and they hate each other and fighting over something they believe their God gave them. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about stupid? Killing people over dirt, basically. That's all what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're killing people over dirt. They're fighting over dirt, Right now, obviously, Israel's not fighting anybody because they built that wall that people say don't work. Okay, Ezekiel 47:19, which, we're not going to, this is where you'll find it. Actually, this is Ezekiel 47, chapter 13. All of that we're not going to read because it's the whole chapter. Chapter 48. And, yeah, that's it. Basically, you want to read from Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 13, for the rest of the chapter, and of course, chapter 48. That gives you the borders of this so-called Israel, and it's so vast. I mean, it goes all the way to Iraq. And I'm going to get a little bit more, don't worry. This is the final one, Micah chapter 4, Micah, whatever the hell, verses 1 and 2. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of it. Do you notice how the difference between the last days, according to what the Jews tell you and what the Christians, do you notice the difference? If you read all of Ezekiel, you will notice a huge difference between the end times and Revelations and all that nonsense versus the New Testament Revelations and end times. There's a big difference. That's why I wanted to bring up this Micah, now so it's mentioned here. But look at it. Look at how it's telling you all. Everybody's going to worship in Zion and learn from, come to the Jews. The Jews are going to rule. This is why we have Zionism. I'm sure you've heard of Zionism. I was going to make a separate video, but what the hell, I'll just go add it to this because it fits. Because it's also part of all the freaking problems we're having. Not just the Jews. I'm not saying the Jews are bad and evil, because Christians are part of the Zionist crap. First off, we'll start with the Jews. They believe that they're going to control all of that area. They believe that they're going to basically be at the top when their God returns. And we're all going to basically fall at their feet, all going to go to Israel and worship their God, and they have a right to rule over us. That's why if you actually do look up in Hollywood, a lot of the Federal Reserve, the bankers, a lot of the people in charge of a lot of these NBC and all these people, they're all Jews. Now, is it a grand conspiracy? Of course not. It's just that these are the great religious Jews that want to control. And the Christian Zionists are the ones helping them, but not for the reasons why those Jews think they're doing it. Of course, those Jews don't care because as long as they get the power. The Zionist Christians, as you all well know, want to bring about their own end times. And that's basically what both groups are doing, trying to bring back their both end times. And the Muslims are doing it too, but they kind of get screwed by the Christian and Jewish Zionists. And there's much better videos you can read about this stuff, but the Christian and Jewish Zionists are pretty damn bad. Because they are the ones that control the money, they control the Federal Reserve and all this bullcrap. It all boils down to religion. They all want to claim the same freaking land for themselves. And they all want to control the banks, the Hollywood, all this crap. What can you do about it, you may ask? Simple. Get yourself an education, become a banker. Become a producer in Hollywood. Become an actor. You can do all these things too. You don't have to be a Zionist. Now, most Jews are not Zionists. And those Zionist Jews do not care about the average Jews. And not all Christians are Zionists. Of course, I do recommend you read Anne Frank, the Diary of Anne Frank. She mentions Zionism in her book, briefly, of course. Apparently, her family are secular Jews, and one of the people moving in with them, Peter, was also secular. I believe he went to a Zionist meeting and didn't really care for it. You really should look up Zionism, but be careful when you do, because some of them will try to paint it as if all Jews are just evil and money grubbing and all that stuff. A majority of Jews could care less about that crap. Most Jews are secular. And not everyone in Israel is a horrible person, and not every Muslim, I know, just like with anything else, but I'm just mentioning this stuff. But it's amazing how many problems you can find. All because of these few verses, and people think that the land belongs to them, and that they are the ones that are going to control it. And you got Christians want to bring back the end times. That's why they don't care about the environment. That's why they don't care about education. You got the Jewish Zionists waiting for the Messiah, so they want to rebuild their temple. They want to, expand Israel. That's why they're taking all that land from the Palestinians, kick them out of their homes. because they don't care. And as I said earlier, please, if you get a chance, read the book of Micah and Ezekiel in the Old Testament, and then read Revelations that give you two different pictures of the end of the world. Their end of the world. Christians and Jews have a different idea how the world is going to end. It's completely contradictory. Thanks.